Welcome back to the TLB Sports Way Too Early predictions for the 2024 NFL season. Today we're going through the NFC North. I'm going to be covering every single division, and we'll be doing a compilation of all these videos for the entire NFC, AFC, and finally a full 32 team video. So make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Let's go. The Chicago Bears. These last few seasons have helped the Bears win the metaphorical NFL lottery, except in this case they're gambling addicts who just bet it all away again, and yet they somehow keep winning. They have a huge decision to make, but personally, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think their choice matters. I've never been high on Justin Fields, but I'll give him his flowers. He's improved in his decision making and doesn't immediately run for the hills when his first option isn't open, but he'll never be a 4,000-yard passer no matter how many weapons you surround him with. Although I think Marvin Harrison Jr. could make anybody look good if the Bears decided to go that route. Caleb Williams is also not a proven NFL quarterback. He could face the same struggles as Bryce Young, who's unable to outrun defenses when trying to create a play, and could have many of his miracle plays that he succeeded with in college picked off by much better professional defenses. So at the end of the day, do you want to take that gamble? People said the same things about Trevor Lawrence being a generational quarterback talent, but he's currently a middle-of-the-pack quarterback still with room to grow. The Bears are more than a quarterback away, but if they make the right choice and add a few more weapons, they're on the right track. Record 5-13. They regress as they try to fit whichever new pieces they obtain together, but maybe they have a quarterback throw for 4,000 yards for the first time in franchise history. Detroit Lions. You live by Dan Campbell and you die by Dan Campbell. Lions fans, you should be honored. You're the first team on this list I'm officially praising. They said you're a loser franchise. They said you'd miss the playoffs. They said you'd have a meltdown at the end of the season, and maybe you did, but at least you waited until the NFC Championship game, unlike some other teams. Here's the negative part though. You shouldn't have gone for it on fourth down multiple times in the NFC Championship game. You can do it all regular season long, but not on the biggest stage the Lions have been on in decades. They'll also have to consider a new contract with Jared Goff if that's the direction the Lions want to go. He isn't a free agent until 2025, but getting a contract done could save a couple million per year before next season. The Lions are also in talks of extending Amon-Ra St. Brown before he hits free agency in 2025 with Goff, which I certainly think the Lions should do. They're in a great place with Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs coming off of stellar rookie seasons, and Aiden Hutchinson has showed why he should have been the #1 pick over Trayvon Walker in the 2022 draft. Plus, retaining Ben Johnson as offensive coordinator for one more season due to unfinished business will be huge for their success next season. I say run it back and take home the Lombardi to Detroit. Record 14-3. It's Super Bowl appearance or bust for the Lions this season, but they're going to be relatively good for a long time now. Green Bay Packers. Congratulations, cheeseheads. You've now developed franchise quarterback 3.0, programming franchise quarterback 2.0 with all of 1.0's knowledge, and then using machine learning to develop new traits and then pass on both the previous and newly learned traits has proven to be a success. In all seriousness, Jordan Love really impressed me this season with his leadership and skills after I was a big doubter through the early glimpses we've seen since he was drafted. Whether or not they let A.J. Dillon walk isn't a big deal. They also have a young wide receiver core coming into their own. While none of them are Devontae Adams, they can still be great weapons for Jordan Love. Taking down the Cowboys might have been an easy first playoff win for Love, but he also went toe-to-toe with the 49ers, only ending their season on a rookie mistake that was bound to happen. Matt LaFleur will continue training Jordan Love to not choke in the NFC Championship like Aaron Rodgers, and they'll continue to see success. Record 10-7. I don't see the Packers improving by a lot this season. Their season will end in the divisional round once again. The Minnesota Vikings, one of the biggest question mark teams going into next season. Justin Jefferson reportedly wants to break the bank when it comes to contract negotiations, and he's on his 5th-year option and could become a free agent in 2025. Would the Vikings be willing to let JJ walk and just stick with the much cheaper Jordan Addison? Highly unlikely, but not impossible. If the Vikings decided to give JJ a new contract, they'd probably also be saying goodbye to Danielle Hunter, which is a huge hit for their defense that looked better this past season than in other years. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in salary cap, so let's move away from this conversation and focus on their quarterback and draft pick. Kirk Cousins suffered a torn ACL, sidelining him for the remainder of the season on the last year of his contract. Kirk has grown on me. You really can't hate the man, but I do hate the idea of the man getting paid a lot of money as a 35-year-old quarterback with one playoff win. The Vikings also currently hold the 11th pick in the draft. I'm not saying it's a good move, but could I interest you in a much cheaper Kirk Cousins? His name is JJ McCarthy. In all seriousness, I don't know who will be playing under center for the Vikings, but the trio of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson is enough to win games, as long as someone competent is throwing them the ball. Record 6-11. Vikings miss the playoffs no matter what decisions they make. They're just in a tough spot right now. So that covers the NFC North. If you missed the NFC East video, it's already on my page. And if you were entertained for even 5 seconds, make sure to hit the like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the NFL divisions.